Alright, we'll start with our regular scheduled programming, just to warm the body up. Start with the jumping jacks. Make sure you're focusing the warm-up on the upper body today for sure. Although, to be honest, we'll be up and down a little bit in the second half of the circuit. So everything should be awake and ready to rock and roll. And for now, we just want to sort of warm up the muscles and sort of draw the body physically and mentally into work mode. So light on the toes here, arms all the way up over the head. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go into some butt kicks just to continue to sort of work the heart rate up a little bit and stretch out the legs. Not a ton of cardio. Is there any cardio in here? There's a little bit of cardio in the form of sort of some power movement. But really what we're going to get into is more of like an endurance, stamina kind of deal with some pretty good lifts all the way through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 into the high kicks. So we'll rock through some of these lower body exercises just to make sure the whole body's awake and ready to go. But we will definitely throw in some upper body stretches and mobility work before we dive in. For now, you want to keep the legs nice and straight and kick the toes up as high as you can, starting to stretch through the glutes and the hamstrings. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. And then go ahead and switch right into knees to chest. So big hug into the chest, open, and drop. Make sure you're keeping your lower back nice and straight. And sort of tuck the tailbone under if you feel like you're sort of wobbling all over the place as you do this stretch. In, open, and down. We'll do one more, so keep this one nice and brief so we have some time to warm up the upper body. Open, and drop. All right, shake it up. Let's start to warm up the upper body. Nice wide stance, arms up and out to the side. Gentle pulls through the fingertips. And then as you start to feel the side of your torso loosen up a little bit, you can get a little bit deeper into that stretch, adding some length. And then start to add that rotation as well of the arm you're sort of leaving behind. So all the way back behind you and up to the sky. Square everything off in the center and over to the other side. Just want to make sure that the torso and the upper body are fully ready to go for this workout. Let's go 3, through the center, 2, one more reach over to the other side, and then right into those toe touches. So come up to the center, square everything off, and then again, start off slow, wait until you sort of feel your body accept the pull of the stretch, and then you can start to draw your chest a little bit further down into that stretch. You want to keep the body moving in these stretches before the workout because the muscles aren't quite warm enough, aren't quite where they need to be to hold those static stretches and keep it safe all the way through. You can definitely slow it down though. Make sure you're pushing your butt back behind you so that you're really able to sort of feel the stretch through the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. Let's go down for 3. Up through the center, down for 2. And one last reach over to that other side. Right up to the top. Go ahead and shake the legs out. We're going to do a little bit more for the upper body to wake it up. Hands starting at your side. Spread the fingertips, thumbs facing forward. And you're just going to raise those hands all the way up until your elbows lock in by your ears. Palms face forward and pull those elbows down. You want to resist all sorts of movement here. Squeeze the muscles along the spine. Hit that lowest point, and then you're sort of going to pretend that you're pushing a ceiling up over your head. So push up, but also you want tension in the biceps, tension in the back. all the way up, down to the sides to give them a little bit of break. We're going to do that one more time. All the way up, stretching, create as much length as you can, and then draw those elbows down and back, squeezing as if you're sort of pulling that lap bar all the way down. Boom, hit the bottom, and then push right back up through the ceiling. So what you're sort of doing is just waking up those back muscles so you can feel what it feels like when they're working and engaging in the workout. All right, we're just going to warm up the shoulders a little bit and lats. Right arm straight up above you, left arm down at your side. You're just going to do big windmills forward. Again, you want to think sort of reaching as far from the bottom as you can, creating as much length here as you possibly can. And rotate with it for 3, 2, and 1. Reverse direction. Keep the arms nice and close to the body. You should start to sort of feel the shoulders and the lats purposefully. 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and shake everything out, crisscross. And I'm going to tell you what we're getting into. So we have 2 circuits that we're diving into. And we're going to repeat these circuits 5 times each. So we're really going to sort of nail each exercise that we're doing. As we get sort of further into it, obviously it's going to get a little bit harder, but you're also going to understand the form and technique a little bit better. So then you're sort of fighting with the sort of tired muscles versus what you know how to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to go 20-second intervals here. 20 seconds of work one side and then the other. So this first circuit is going to be a lot of sort of back and forth. I'm going to show you all of the exercises because we're going to have no break until the very end, and then it's a 20-second break and back to the top. So we're going to start with cleans. We're going to start with single arm cleans. So what you're going to do, the dumbbell starts in between your feet. You're going to sort of hinge back at the hips, and all you're doing is using enough momentum to sort of get the kettlebell here, down, and here. Exactly. So what you're going to do is to see how this flips. So you want to start with your fingertips facing you. The back of your hand is facing out. You're going to draw it up, and it sort of flips to the outside of your hand and back down. Exactly, yeah. And if that 15 starts to feel like it's too much, just use the dumbbell and sort of same idea. Obviously, you're not going to have that sort of movement of the weight, okay? So just figure out if that 15 feels good. You might want to switch to the 10 maybe halfway through. So we're going to go right, left, and then we're going to go row. So a bent over row, right side, left side. Then we're going to go push press. These are all ones that you know. Push press right, left. And then we're going to go with kettlebell swing double-handed. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you all that is because we're literally going to do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right in a row before we even get our first break, okay? So, again, we're going to start on the right side with that clean. And again, if you want music, turn it on now. I'm going to rock and roll. All right, so nice straight back and tight core is really, really key throughout all of these exercises, okay? Keep that spine nice and neutral. 2 and 1, here we go. Up and right back down. So you're finding that flip. Yep, exactly. And you want to keep your elbow in front of you almost. So keep it nice and tucked in. We have 5 seconds, and then we're going to switch right to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Other side. And this is what we're going to do all through this first circuit is alternate right to left. So each side gets a little bit of a break, but we're working for over 2 minutes before we get our first rest period. We're going to go into a right side row in 2 and 1. Here we go. Hinge at the hips and row. And you have 2 ways of doing this. You can go sort of right to the center and keep the elbow nice and tight to the body, or you can do as I'm doing and sort of right out to the side. It's a little bit harder the further out your elbow gets. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Over to that other side. If you want a little bit of balance here to keep your chest nice and low, go ahead and put your right hand on the right knee just to keep your torso from twisting to the side. Getting ready for push presses, right side in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So that push press, load up in front. and right up into that shoulder press. Exactly. And this is a good time to practice that elbow staying in front of the body. It's the same thing that we want to do with the clean. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. No rest in between if you can. And again, keeping that lower back nice and straight and the core tight. We're coming up on a double-handed kettlebell swing and then a rest in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kettlebell swing, and then we get our first rest of the workout. So again, that first round is definitely going to be about learning the technique, understanding the movements and the momentum. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weights down. All right, quick 20-second break here, and then we're starting right back at the top. So this time through, you know what to expect, so you can go a little bit smoother through the exercises, a little bit tighter in your pulls and your holds. So we're going to start with those cleans. Again, straight back, tight core, right side. Here we go. Yep, exactly. There's that elbow. That looks good. A little bit closer into the body. Yep, awesome. And doing with this with the dumbbell, you don't really have to worry about that weight hitting your forearm. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. So you're going to start to feel your heart rate come up just a little bit here. That's mostly because of the no rest movement, but we're definitely getting a little bit of a power push here as well. 5, 4. We're coming up on our rows. 3, 2, and 1. Hinge at the hips, right side, and row. And again, if you want to keep your torso from sort of twisting to the right side as you pull, you can place your left hand on your leg just for a little bit of balance here. But still, you want a nice long spine, nice and straight. 2, and 1. Switch sides. So we're hitting all of the upper body muscles right now in this first circuit alone. And they're going to start to fatigue, so paying attention to each rep, as you do it is really, really important. 4, 3, coming up on push press. 2, and 1. Stand up nice and tall. Push press, right side. Right up above the head. Yeah, you got it. And if you can, locking out that elbow by your ear. Trying to move all the way through the circuit. We have about 13 minutes in this circuit before we even get a break. 2, and 1, a break sort of long enough to recover. Here we go. Push. Yep, awesome. Make sure that core is nice and tight so you're pulling those ab muscles in towards the spine to keep the back neutral. Coming up on our kettlebell swing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kettlebell swing. Yep. And again, you're thinking neutral spine. Lead with that hinge so your butt moves back. Squeeze the glutes and draw the hips forward for a little bit of momentum in the upper body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. We have 20 seconds here. Just enough time for a sip of water, but your body doesn't really get enough time to fully recover. I don't know what's going on the other side of the river, but all right, here we go. Cleans on the right side. Hand down, tight core, up. And again, as we move through these reps, your body's going to start to get tired, but you also have sort of learned the technique. You know what you're supposed to do at this point. 3, 2, and 1. Left side. Quick transitions here. As little rest in between reps as possible. That said, if you feel yourself losing form, go ahead and take that pause as you need it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right side bent over row. So again, make sure that elbow's going out to this side. You want to squeeze at the top. Yep. Out and squeeze. Perfect. Yes. Awesome. And using the left hand to sort of steady the torso. Get ready to switch in 3, 2, and 1. Left side. squeezing at the top of the movement. So as you draw that elbow back, squeezing those back muscles. This is why we did that first upper body. Well, it wasn't our first, but that row warm up. 4, 3, push presses in 2 and 1. Stand up nice and tall. Right side and hit that shoulder. Yeah, awesome. I like the elbow coming in and forward. You always want to be protecting that shoulder. We've got 5 seconds on the right side. Get ready to switch. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Nice. Left side. Form check real quick. Lower back is nice and straight. Core is tight. And of course, make sure that your breathing is nice and steady. You should really start to feel the muscles warm up at this point. 3, 2, and 1. Kettlebell swing, and then a break. Here we go. Come on. If you start on this one to lose a little bit of form, you can tuck those elbows into your sides and sort of tighten up the length that the kettlebell is moving away from the body. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and place the kettlebell down. We are 3 down, 2 to go. So at this point, everything's warm. Muscles are starting to feel that fatigue, but we've got 2 rounds to go. So as we move through these, just think 1 rep at a time. Every single rep counts here, okay? Right hand cleans. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Up. Start with that power. And again, start with that good form, right? Nice straight back. You want your chest to stay nice and tall, right? Always think sort of that tall, proud form. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. This is one of those circuits that you can sort of start to add some weight to as you feel comfortable with it, and it really hits hard. We have 5 seconds, then we're going right into those rows. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Hinge at the hips, right side, row. And if you can, you're not exactly pausing at the top, but I want you to sort of stop just long enough so that you can tell yourself, all right, if I had to, I could hold right there. Back and squeeze. Yep, drive that elbow up and back. Go ahead and switch sides when you finish that rep. You should be feeling a little bit more. All these upper body muscle groups working for a minute here. Get ready for push press on the right side in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up nice and tall, right side. Here we go. All the way through here. Try no pauses here to the end. That's 1.5 minutes of work without any rest. Smooth transitions. Yep, awesome. Locking that elbow out. So as you push to the top, rotate that wrist forward so you feel like you can lock the wrists out. Excuse me, the elbow. Switch sides. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. That looks good. See how that elbow locks out? And you really feel like you've sort of finished the rep. That's where you want to be. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kettlebell swings. And this round is done. And we'll have 1 more to go. Squeeze the glutes. Keep the core nice and tight. Keep the arms nice and loose on this one so you get a little bit of that momentum. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop that weight. Shake everything out for 20 seconds and then 1 more round specifically with these exercises. So really sort of keeping that challenge going. All right, we have 5 seconds. Back to the top. Every time you do one of these exercises, you're done with it. Right hand on. Here we go. So again, last time through each of these exercises. And again, as you get to these reps that are really sort of exhausting, just remember these are the ones that your body remembers, right? These are the ones that count the most. 2 and 1. Switch sides. 20 seconds left hand, and then we are done with this exercise for the day. Yes. Awesome. Nice strong wrist all the way through. We're looking at under 10 seconds and into the rows. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Into the row. Right side. Really important here to keep those shoulders facing forward and keep the spine long, core pulled in. You really want to support the lower back on these exercises. These are upper body specific, but you're really working the whole body. 2 and 1, let's go left side. There's really no way around getting the legs involved for each of these exercises, especially that first clean. We have 10 seconds to go, and then we're into the push press on the right side for the final time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Stand up nice and tall. Tight back, tight core, straight back. Yes, and remember, as you push up, that palm rotates forward so that you can lock that elbow out at the top. There you go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in and switch sides. Last round of these push presses. Stick with it. We have 60 seconds of work before we are done with this circuit. Yes. Nice. All the way through. Come on. Stick with it. 2 and 1 into that last round of kettlebell swings. And then we'll take a real break. Let the body recover for a minute. And on to the second circuit. Straight back. Use that hinge back. Push your butt back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. There it is. Drop that weight. Nicely done. Heck yeah. Everything should feel completely awake at this point. I am going to pause this and restart. Keep the body moving around. Grab some water. And you're going to want to grab your mat. So we're heading down to the mat. No weights needed on this next round. How you feeling? Good? All right, awesome. Awesome. And again, that's definitely one of those workouts that you can start to add weight to and push the reps as you feel comfortable with them. So, setting up your mat. Let's see if I can get this like actually on the screen, maybe. All right, so mats on the ground. We're still going to be using a little bit of arms, drawing in some dips here, some push-ups, side planks, and regular planks. So drawing in the core a little bit. I'm crooked, and it's really bothering me. All right, here we go. So same idea here. We're going to push through 20-second increments of work. We're going to start with sort of dive bomb to regular push-ups. So I'll just show you what I mean. These are 2 that you have done before, but you're going to alternate between that sort of V shape down to the mat, draw the hips forward, regular push-up, hips up, jackknife push-up, and then into the regular. So that's our first exercise. From there, we're going to go into a side plank, and that's really your choice whether you want to do a straight arm side plank or an elbow side plank. It's just really where your comfort zone is, okay? From there, we're going to keep rotating. So we'll rotate from the side plank to this crab crawl position, dips, down. We'll keep rotating to that other side plank. Finish with a regular plank. Again, straight arm or elbow, your choice. And then we'll get our rest, okay? So again, we've got 2.5 minutes of work before we finish and get that quick break, okay? So this is going to draw a lot more core in, but you're still working shoulders, triceps, and biceps all the way throughout, okay? So a couple more deep breaths in, and then we're going to rock and roll. Here we go. Boom. So you're going to start with that dive bomb push-ups. You're going to start with your butt up in the air and doing sort of that more shoulder press push-up. Here we go. Boom. And then all the way out into the regular push-up. So we're drawing the core in right from the get-go, keeping the body nice and straight on that regular push-up, tucking the chin as your butt's up in the air. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shift over to that left side plank. And again, your choice here. You can go straight arm or you can go from the elbow. Either way, though, I want that right arm reaching up into the air, keeping those nice straight lines. 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way over and into those crab dips. So make sure when you're here, it's the elbows that are bending, that draw your hips down to the mat, and not just your butt moving down and then back up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, into that right side plank. I'm going to rotate so that I can see the clock. Up and lift. So from here, this is going to be our easiest transition. From this side plank, we're going into a regular plank. Again, your choice, straight arm or elbow, and you can alternate if you want. You can do whatever you want with these planks. 3, 2, and 1, over into a regular plank. And we've got 20 seconds, and then we get our first break of this round. So draw the hips down. If you feel like you're pushing up in between the shoulder blades, I want you to decompress and find a straight line between the shoulder blades as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees touch down. So similar to that first round, you should sort of feel like this first round through, this first set is a little bit easy, right? But you know what you're getting into. You know you're going to get those reps in. So back into push-up mode. Let's start in a regular push-up this time. So nice straight body lines. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Push up, and then hips up into that V, or that upside down V rather. Keep the body moving. Nice straight lines. Remember, this is upper body, so you want to work the biceps, triceps, and chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1, over to the left side plank. They're quick workarounds, but one on top of the other, they really start to add up and give your body a run for the money. Nice straight lines. I want the hips up in line with the spine here. Neck's in line with the spine as well. 4, 3, over to the crab position. 2, and 1. Here we go. Bit of a twist. Hips up and right into those dips. That's probably the hardest transition in and out of this crab walk position. So take your time with it. No rush. We'll get our seconds in for those side planks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right side plank. Nice straight lines again here. So we're going right side plank and then over into the regular plank. And again, you can sort of alternate if you want to do a straight arm, if you want elbow. I think I'm going to go elbow this time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, to the center and into that plank. Whatever you choose to do, the main goal is to keep that butt low, pull those abs in towards the spine, and keep everything nice and tight and controlled. We've got 5 seconds to go, and then our next rest. 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. 20 seconds here, enough time to grab some water if you need it. We're 2 rounds in, 3 rounds to go. So you're probably feeling your shoulders right now, really feeling the core. So again, remember, every second, every rep really counts here. Body's tired, but we're going with it. We're going to start in that upside down V position this time through push-ups in 2 and 1. Let's go. And remember, when you go in for those regular push-ups, you want to keep the body line nice and straight. So not doing the worm, doing a push-up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, into the left side plank. I'm going to move down into an elbow plank here myself, just to switch it up a little bit, but still reaching that right arm right up for the ceiling and finding those nice straight lines. 4, 3, get ready to hit the triceps. 2 and 1, flip it around into those dips. And again, make sure that you're bending at the elbows to draw the butt down to the mat. So this isn't about the butt moving down so much as the elbows doing that dip. 5 seconds to go, and into that right side plank. 3, 2, and 1. Find that right side plank. We're getting through it here. We're already halfway through this second circuit. Get those hips up. And again, you want to sort of watch what your head is doing. You want nice straight lines all the way from the heels, all the way up to the base of your neck. 3, 2, and 1. Flip it to the center and another plank. Keep those hips low. And again, if you're sort of feeling the shoulders press up towards the ceiling, you want to decompress there, let out the tension. Find straight lines across the board. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Take that break. We have 2 more rounds to go. So we're almost there, but everything is feeling it right now, okay? So keep form at the forefront of your mind. Back into push-ups. Let's start with a regular push-up this time through high plank. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Nice straight push-up line. And into that jackknife push-up. Keep the body moving here. Know that you only have 40 seconds total of push-ups left to go in this entire workout. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift over to that left side elbow plank or straight plank. Again, your choice completely here. Whatever you can sort of lock in that form with, that's where I want you to be. That tends to vary a little bit, tends to change as we get further into the circuit. 2 and 1 into those crab dips. Hips stay high on this one so that you really have to sort of bend and push at the elbows. Feeling the triceps burn at this point. There's no getting around that. We've been using them for a while now. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and find that side plank. This time you are on your right side. Hips are high. Reach for the ceiling. I'll tell you what feels great right now are these little rocks under my elbow. That feels great. Hips stay high. We're going into a regular plank in 3, 2, and 1. Rotate to the center and lock in that form. We're coming up on a break again. 10 seconds. Hold tight. Make sure you're breathing throughout these planks. Don't hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Last little break here. We have 1 round to go. So lock in form for each of these exercises. We have 2.5 minutes of work, and then we're done for the day. So we're going to start back in that jackknife push-up position. So butts up in the air. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. And that transition from regular push-up to the jackknife push-up, you want to make sure that that movement is starting in your core. Getting as much out of each rep as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side plank. Last time through each of these holds. So lock in form right from the get-go. If your body's shaking at this time, at this point, I'm right there with you, and just know that this is it. Final counts on each of these. Looking for dips in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Flip it around. Last set of these dips. Down and up. Again, all the work is coming from the upper body. The lower body's really just there to provide a little bit of weight, a little bit of a challenge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Over to that right side. Last side plank of the round. Glance down the body line. Make sure you're seeing nice straight lines. Solid holds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Over to the center. And this is it. Last hold. Lock in that form. I know the shoulders are feeling it. I know your core is on fire. We're going to finish up this hold, and we're going to sit back in child's pose and stretch it out right from the mat. Hang tight with me. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Sit it all the way back in child's pose. Take all of the pressure off of that upper body. Take some deep breaths in here. If you want to sort of reach back and grab the toes so there's even less pressure on those shoulders, go ahead and do that now and just sink into this recovery position, focusing on slowing the heart rate, taking those deep breaths in so you're pumping oxygenated blood to all of those muscles that you just worked so hard. When you're ready, draw those hands back out in front and pull yourself up onto all fours here. We're going to work in just a little bit of mobility to start recovery. on all fours, just so that your hands are under your shoulders. Take that deep breath in, round the back up to the ceiling, and tuck your chin nice and tight to the body. And then as you exhale, lift the chest and chin and draw that belly button towards the mat. And you're just going to do a few rounds of cat-cow just like this, according to your own breathing pattern. That you're taking nice and slow, conscious movement here. And pay attention to two things, really. The tuck of the tailbone that sort of forces the back, the spine to round, and you're creating length there. And then draw the belly button down, and you really want to sort of lift the chin and stretch, open that chest. Let's go one more through each of these positions. Exaggerating the stretches as you go. And then go ahead and come to neutral. You're going to step it briefly back out into high plank position. And then I just want you to step the right foot forward. You can do 2 steps if you want to the center. And then the right foot comes up between the hands. Drop that back knee. And just gently rock the hips forward towards the front heel. And what you want to feel is a gentle stretch through that left hip flexor and the right hamstring. Doesn't need to be painful. You just want to know that it's there. You just want to know that you're sort of giving it a little bit of an extra pull, some extra length there. Go ahead and sit back over that left knee, so straighten the right knee. The toe will come up off the ground. You'll sort of feel the stretch transfer to the right leg. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax and step that right foot back out. The left foot comes forward. And again, gently drop that back knee to the ground and draw the body weight forward into that left heel, stretching out the hip flexor as you go. You want to try, if possible, to keep the hips even. So if you feel sort of that left hip coming forward a little bit further, go ahead and pull it back. Might loosen the stretch a little bit, but at least it'll keep everything nice and even. Gentle push, and then go ahead and sit back over that right knee this time, lifting the left foot off the ground and just transferring that stretch over to the other side, hitting the hamstrings and the calves. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and step that left foot back to meet the right foot. And then just draw the hips up towards the sky. Walk the hands back a little bit into down dog and just let the natural weight of your upper body draw the shoulders towards your back toes here. If you want to sort of alternate, I don't know, what are these called? Pedaling, I guess. The knees can sort of go into neutral, alternating sides here to get a little bit more stretch through the calves. 3, 2, and 1. Relax the shoulders, walk the toes forward to meet your hands. So you're in forward fold now. I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, count to 5 and sink into this stretch. And then roll those shoulders up to the ceiling. Shake the arms out.